Early Olympics. I know it's always kind of because you got to take the big break, and there's him and Han about whether to go. But now that we're going to the Olympics, pretty exciting. You just get a wee taste of it when each country names their first three participants, their first three players. So we got to go. We're going to go. What the hell? Make the most of it. And it is a cool thing, right?
I mean, I think that's right. I mean, obviously seeing best on best and players representing their countries, I think, leads to the possibility of a great tournament. It's going to be odd. There's no doubt, halfway around the world and lots of time zones away, and players won't have their, families and friends there, and no guests, no spectators from outside China. It'll be a pure hockey tournament, but I know they're excited about engaging and to your point, let's make the best of it.
Could that potentially change between now and then in terms of getting more people involved and spectators?
I don't anticipate that. They just recently took the decisions with respect to how the bubble's going to operate over there, and it's going to be stricter than what we just saw in the Tokyo Summer Olympics, in the sense that it's a closed bubble, meaning everybody who is going to be involved in putting on the Olympic Games will have to stay in the bubble. They can't go home to their families. They can't really leave the bubble. So it should be a secure environment. At least we hope it's secure. It'll be interesting for sure.
Yeah. Well, you don't need to tell the folks in Vancouver about best on best excitement, because, Sid and the goal
had a great tournament for sure.
11 years ago.
Back in 2010.
And when I bring up Sid, the guy that we always is closely associated with him was Ovie, because of the work stoppage back in 04-05. He had to wait a year to join the league. So they came in at the same time, and they've always been kind of paired that way. Ovie, now, when you used to come on our program on Sirius XM, the national show, for a little while there, I think it was 2016, when I said back then that Ovechkin, if he went at a certain clip, could make 900, guys looked at me like I had four eyeballs. And I'm telling you, if he stays healthy, this guy, he might get there.
He might. And, the fact that we're even in a position to have this debate is remarkable, particularly coming out of a pandemic where, we've had two shortened seasons, and he's still in the conversation about having the possibility of approaching that record that most people thought was unbreakable. It is remarkable. I was fortunate enough to be in Washington last night for the game there, and he had gotten dinged in the last preseason game, and people were wondering whether he'd even be in the lineup for opening night. But his durability his courage and going out there and just doing what he does on a daily basis is really remarkable. And last night was another example. Great job.
2-goal night, bounces back.
Two-goal night, 2 assists, 4 points, coming off an injury.
And I'll tell you what, this is what people wouldn't understand because they wouldn't have this opportunity, but I'm 6'6", 225. You used to play fullback at Dartmouth, so you're a decent sized fella. Ovie is a big, like a thick, large human being. Like, people do not realize just how thick this dude is.
Yeah, I actually had I ran into him at the Player Media Tour, which we do kind of every year with the year off for COVID. But it was about a month ago in Chicago, and ran into him, in a short sleeve shirt and jeans, and he's an impressive physical specimen. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, he's a barrel.